welcome to the Musicians Lab. Today I'm about taking you through the minor chords, and I'll be taking you through the 2, the 3 and the 6. I'm taking you from where my colleague Yannick Sai left off. He talked about the 1, the 4 and the 5 in the last beginner's video. I'm here to take you through the 2, the 3, the 6 and then the diminished chords. So by the end of the video, I'm sure everybody will be able to play the major and the minor chords in the tonality of C. Let's get started. Remember, I'm taking you through the minor chords in C major tonality today. So before we do that, I would like to take you through the major and the minor chords formation. How do we form a major and a minor chords? That's what we are going to learn right now. So the third, remember the third determines the chord. Never forget that. The third determines the chord. So with major chords, the third doesn't change. It's a major third. With the minor chords comprise of the 1, the flat 3, and then the 5. One thing you need to know is in C, the E, your E is your third. Your E is your third, which is your Mi in tonic solfege. E is your Mi. So if you want to build a major chord of C, let's say a C major chord, it's comprised of the C, the 1, the third, which is your E, and then the 5th, which is your G. The 1, the 3, and then your 5. If you want to build a minor chord, remember I told you the third determines the chord. So if you want to build your minor chord, the minor third is a half step from the major third. So you have a 1, a flat 3, which is your E flat. Instead of your major, which is flat, you play a flat 3, which is your E flat, and then your 5. So now we know how the C major and the minor chords are formed. Okay, so one thing you need to remember is the C major chord is formed from the C triads. When you talk about triads, a set of 3 notes that make up a chord. So the 1, the 3, the 5, they are the triads in C major. So when you want your triads in C minor, it's your 1, your flat 3, and then your 5. One thing you need to know is the third is 2 whole steps from the root. The third is 2 whole steps from the root. So this is it. Your 1, a whole step is you leave 1 fret and you move on to the other fret. So 1, 2, you leave this one, you have this one. So it's 1, 3, and then your 5. A third is 2 whole steps from the root. And then a minor third is 1 whole step plus a half step from the root. That's your 1. You leave a whole step and then a half step to an E flat. So that's how your minor third is found. So again, your triads, your major triads is 1, 3, 5. Your minor triads is 1, flat 3, and then 5. Now take note that this can apply to every key and every chord. So now that we know how the major and the minor chords are built, and let's move on to our main topic for today, which is finding the minor chords in the C major tonality. The minor chords in C major tonality, we have D minor, which is your 2, your Re, and then we have E minor, which is your Mi, and then we have A minor, which is your La, and then we have a half diminished chord on B. So from what I just taught you on building chords, we are taking our D minor, which is your Re in the key of C, your D minor. So like I taught you earlier on, I said your minor chord is a 1, a flat 3, and then a 5. So on the chord of D minor, you have your root, your 1, and you have your minor third, which is your F, and then you have your 5. So this is it. I told you that a minor third is built 1 plus a half step, a whole step plus a half step from your root, or if you like, 3 half steps from your root. So D, which is your root, you move to an E flat, to an F, an E, sorry, and then to an F. So the F will be your minor third in the chord of D minor. So the D minor chord is made up of these 3 notes. Your 1, that's your D, your flat 3, which is your F, and then your 5, which is your A. So quickly, let's look at the different positions on the fretboard. One thing you should know is that a note can repeat itself. A note can repeat itself. One thing you need to know is that in chords, with chords, it's made up of the same 1, your 3 and your 5, or 1, your flat 3 and your 5. But remember, it can repeat itself. So don't be alarmed if you play different, you see more than 1 note repeating itself in the chord. So let's take it from this, the D minor, the first position you have. So with this chord, you have your D, which is your root. You have your A, which is your 5th. You have your D, that's your root again, it repeats itself. And then you have your F, which is your minor third. Okay, so the second position will be around the 5th fret. I mean, from here, this is your 5th fret. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 5th fret is this. That's your root, your D. Your D is found on the 5th fret. Starting from this is your 1st fret, your 2nd fret, your 3rd, your 4th, and your 5th fret. So this chord shape is formed like this. You place your index finger on the 5th fret on your A string. You place your ring finger on the 7th fret on your D string. You place your pinky on the same 7th fret but on your G string. And then you place your ring, your middle finger on the 6th fret on your B string. But note that your first finger, your index finger, is barring all the frets. So it will take care of the root and then the 5th. So this is the chord. So if you want to know lots of shapes with regards to the chords that we are learning today, I'll leave a PDF in the description below so that you download the tabs for every other shape you want to know. So next up is your E minor chord, and this is how you play your E minor chord. This is how it's formed. With the E minor chord, you put your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the A string, and then your ring finger on the 2nd fret on your D string, So that's it. That's the easiest chord you can ever play. That's the easiest chord. This is it. And you strum all the strings. This is your E minor. So the next up, other shape for E minor is this one. Like we did for the D minor shape. It's the same thing. Okay, so this is how you form it. You put your index finger on your 7th fret on the A string. Your 7th fret, taking it from the 1st, the 2nd, the 3rd, the 4th, 5th, 6th, and then your 7th. You put your index finger on your 7th fret, your ring finger on your 9th fret, on your D string, your pinky on your 9th fret on your G string, and then your middle finger on your 8th fret on the B string, you bar with your index finger, and then this is what you get. This is your E minor chord. Okay, so next up is your A minor chord, and this is how the A minor chord is. This is it. So with your A minor chord, this is how it's formed. You place your middle finger on your 2nd fret D string, your ring finger on your 2nd fret G string, and then your index finger on your 1st fret B string. This is the chord. So another shape of the A minor chord is this shape. This is how you form your chord, this chord. The root is on the 6th string, 5th fret. So from your 1, your 2, your 3, your 4, and your 5. So your A is your root. And then you bar with your index finger across the 5th fret. You bar your finger across the 5th fret, and then you place your ring finger on the 7th fret, your A string, and then your pinky on your 7th fret, your D string. So you. The last chord is a diminished chord, and it's placed on the B. That's your 7th of your C major. So this is how it's the B minor diminished chord looks like. So the diminished chord is formed with it's a minor chord with a flat 5. The diminished chord is a minor chord with a flat 5. So you play your 1, your flat 3, and your flat 5. So that comprises the diminished chord. And it's on the B. Once again, this is the diminished chord. You place your index finger on your 2nd fret A string, and then you place your middle finger on your 3rd fret, your D string. You place your ring finger on your 5th or your 5th fret on your B string, and then you place your pinky on your 4th fret, your G string. So this is it again. Okay, so the other chord shape for the B diminished is this. So this is the other shape of the B diminished. So you place your thumb on the 6th fret, the 6th string, your 7th fret, and then you place your ring finger on your 9th fret, your D string, and then you place your middle finger on your 7th fret, your G string, and then you place your index finger on your 6th fret, your B string. So this is it. So at the end of the day, you've been able to learn the major and the minor chord structures, how it's formed, and then this applies to every other key. It applies to every other key. Okay, so that's all for today. If you liked this video and you want to see lots of videos like this, please don't forget to leave a comment below and then subscribe to this channel, because we have lots of things in store for you. And don't forget to click the bell icon to be alerted on any new videos we put up on this channel. See you soon.